How you doing, guys? Guten Tag für mein deutschen Freunde. Konnichiwa Genki. How you doing, lads? And good day, mates. This is Matthias Atva from Dee Rek Dreadnought, your Dreadnought PS4 replay guy. Today I thought I'd do a brief update on the state of the current game, inform you about the upcoming Thanksgiving week update, and do a brief channel update while I'm at it. Before we get into any of that, I would like to take the opportunity to thank all the new subscribers and viewers. I first started this YouTube channel to post my best replays and in a way immortalize them, as well as to get the word out about Dreadnought to all the sci-fi space battle fans so they could get in on all the awesome mayhem and live out their fantasies about being involved in never-ending giant space battle combat. I've been a gamer all my life and been amongst the best players in a couple of games, most notably Tom Clancy's End War and the original PlanetSide. One of my major regrets is that the epic adventures of me and my gamer buddies in these games were lost forever and faded away along with these great games. But now, with the improvement of technology and the advent of YouTube, I felt it was time to get involved and do my part to promote games I like and I'm good at, and to capture my adventures in replays and entertain all those who share my sci-fi and strategy interests, no matter their race, religion, lifestyle, or country of origin. However, to my surprise, what started as a small hobby about 4 months ago has now, in the last month, really started to gain some traction. My subscriber count has increased 600% in just the last month, and where my replays were once watched by about 20 loyal fans, some of my videos now get 300 to 400 views in just a couple of days. Wow! Thank you so much, my viewers and subscribers, for getting the word out there, your kind words, intelligent feedback, and your fandom of not only the Dreadnought game, but the sci-fi franchise as a whole. One thing that helps me keep going is the tale of Space Dock and the sci-fi show The Expanse. The Expanse is a cool spaceship combat and sci-fi series on the Sci-Fi Channel and was, like Firefly, Space Above and Beyond, and so many other great series about to be canceled, even though they had a huge and loyal fan base. These shows often get canned because of studio executives who don't understand sci-fi and just don't get it. They find a sci-fi show that gets good ratings and try to put it up against non-sci-fi shows and lose every time. Well, to make a long story short, Space Dock, one of my favorite YouTube channels that goes in depth on the background, story, and specs of sci-fi spaceships and vehicles, used its fan base to actually save the show from cancellation. Imagine if we had that kind of fan base mobilized for Firefly or Space Above and Beyond and all the other shows that got canceled before their time. What makes Dreadnought so special is that it was created in a grassroots way from the bottom up by dedicated science fiction fans with a vision to capture sci-fi space battles and allow you to command the colossal. If the Dreadnought PS4 community continues to stick together, I have a feeling that we can make Dreadnought a better and more popular game. With the state of social media as it is, maybe games I enjoy now and in the future won't go away like games I used to enjoy years ago before social media came out. With your help by getting friends to play Dreadnought and sharing replays like mine and other players that you are fans of, we can help Dreadnought get more successful and guarantee games like this one stay around and get better for a long time. Well, anyway, enough of my backstory. Let's get into some of the latest and greatest news coming out from the Dreadnought development team. First of all, recently there was a patch that fixed the sound issues we were experiencing in the game, and in my opinion, this fixed 99% of the sound issues and the game is much more enjoyable in the new 8v8 mode on PS4. However, there remains the occasional game stability issues or blue screen. For me, I get blue screened about every 5 games, almost like clockwork. This will be fixed during the Thanksgiving Day week. Until then, I do have a workaround to prevent blue screens that works almost 100% of the time for me. About every 3 matches I take a mini break and close the Dreadnought application and then restart it. You can use the 2-minute downtime to get a drink or go use the restroom. Restarting after every 3 games or so seems to prevent blue screens from happening, and the last couple of days I haven't had any issues using this little workaround. So, let's get to the new stuff coming out this Thanksgiving holiday. Besides bug fixes, additional market content, and the end to the stability issues such as blue screen, there are 3 major changes coming to the game, and one awesome change that the dev team are working on for after this update. First of all, because of the influx of new players and because of the disparity between Tier 3 and Tier 4, the fleet system is going to get a major change. There is going to be a new fleet tier-based system, and it's going to be broken down like this. From Thanksgiving on, the recruit fleet will be as it always has been with Tier 1 and Tier 2 ships, but now veteran fleets are going to be changed. The Thanksgiving update will now make veteran fleets Tier 2 and Tier 3 only. That's right, you heard it correctly. This means Tier 4 is no longer going to be in veteran fleet mode. That means, you guessed it, Legendary Fleet Mode will be Tier 4 and Tier 5 like it always has been, but now the only place you can play Tier 4 ships is in Legendary Mode. So what does this mean? Well, as someone who's played all modes and has half the ships in the game fully researched, it means that Tier 4 ships will no longer dominate and farm Veteran Mode and will now be the underdogs in Legendary Mode. But let me tell you, I played a lot of Tier 4 in Legendary and they don't have that much of a disadvantage. Tier 4 ships have all the non-weapon modules that Tier 5s do and only slightly less hull and firepower. Meanwhile, the new players won't be chased out of the game and give up in Veteran Mode because Tier 4 ships are so superior to Tier 3. Of course, Tier 3 are much better than Tier 2 and have access to officer briefings, but Tier 2s aren't so outclassed and have a place to level up in Recruit Fleet Mode. Also, Tier 1 and Tier 2 ships level up in a couple of days, so most players will have the ships they like leveled to Tier 3 very quickly and won't be farmed for weeks at a time and quit the game out of frustration. At first, when I heard this news, I was a little puzzled, but after thinking about it for a while, I think this is actually quite a smart move. A couple of months ago, I suggested on the Dreadnought forums that fleets be reorganized into 4 groups, one for Tiers 1 and 2, one for Tiers 2 and 3, one for Tiers 3 and 4, and one for Tiers 4 and 5, but Persistent Flame and Brother Belial reminded me that this may hurt queue times. With this new system they are implementing, now Veteran Mode will be pretty much all Tier 3 and queued all the time, and all the Tier 4s will be in Legendary Mode, cutting the wait time for a Legendary match in half or even less. And with more Tier 4s in Legendary, the games won't be so dominated by elite Tier 5s. Overall, I think this will be a good change, but that's just my opinion. If you have thoughts about this topic, be sure to leave a comment and spark a conversation with your fellow fans. The other major item that's going to be changed this Thanksgiving is an overhaul on the bonus and reward system. The new system will make buying your bonus a little more expensive, keeping the experience and free experience bonus about the same and increasing the amount of credits you get for each match. This means you will get more in-game credits and buying your bonus won't hurt you financially so much. Now you won't have to choose between falling behind on credits to get extra experience or slowing your experience to get more credits. The other part of this overhaul is adding incentives to playing multiple ships instead of spending all your time on just one ship. First of all, I found playing multiple ship classes not only improves your overall gameplay and understanding of Dreadnought tactics and strategy, it also gives you options when the enemy dominates the match with a particular ship class such as artillery cruisers. You may love your main destroyer or dreadnought, but when the artillery and corvettes come out in numbers, it's good to have a couple of backup ships to make those players change out and put a stop to their farm instead of getting all salty and raged. The bottom line, the new bonus system will give you extra experience on lower tier ships and encourage you to diversify your gameplay. The third major item coming out this Thanksgiving is the long-awaited PS4 reward package and a double XP weekend. That's right, we are finally getting free Elite status, free XP, and free credits for the server downtime last month, and we will also be getting another double XP weekend. So if you have free time around the Thanksgiving Day holiday, be sure to log in and get your free Elite status and play any ships you want to power level through the double XP weekend. Last time this happened on the PS4 server, players with the battle bonus activated, Elite status, and double XP were pulling in up to 20,000 ship experience per match. Wow! Okay, so what about the team elimination and custom match modes? Why aren't we able to play them? Bugs? No, actually, and this is very exciting for me. The dev team is working on these modes to make them the new platform for Dreadnought esports and clan competitive play awesome. Soon, custom matches will not only be back for tournaments and competitive play for us Tier 5 legendary players, but it will also have observer mode to make it easier for guys like me to cast and deliver to you high-end quality tournament and clan gameplay for Dreadnought, so you can see the epic action and get to see how the best players play the game and use their builds for maximum entertainment and for the best tips and tricks to make you an elite player. The devs also hinted that team elimination is getting a similar overhaul, and they also hinted that soon we will have an actual official clan system in the game. Wow, that's huge news. Don't worry, as long as Dee Rek Dreadnought is still around, I'll be sure to keep you informed and up to date on all the action and news. There are other improvements to the game coming down the pipe, but they won't be available to us until after Thanksgiving. So what about Dee Rek Dreadnought? Well, I will continue to give you my best replays and tips, but I am very excited about casting tournament games and clans. I'm also trying my best to show you replays from many different ship classes from all three mega corporations in Dreadnought. If you have a special request for a specific ship class, please let me know. Just realize that I've already fully researched all the Tier 1 and Tier 2 ships in the game and probably won't be revisiting them anytime soon. For now, my focus will be to get you the very best Dreadnought themed entertainment and continue to take in your suggestions to make this channel your spot for Dreadnought PS4 action. So please, if you have any suggestions, improvements, or ideas, leave a comment as long as it's not toxic or being a nasty troll. You won't just have your voice heard, you may just spark a really interesting conversation about the game that could one day make it better. If you enjoy the channel and like what's going on, be sure to share my content with other Dreadnought and sci-fi fans. Well, that's it from me for now. This has been Matthias Atva from Dee Rek Dreadnought, your Dreadnought PS4 replay guy. And I'll see you soon in Sinley Bay.